Hello folks, I've had to do a conversion on my Sealey 150 V2. Done the EuroMig conversion and I found it very difficult to actually find information on, well, easily to understand information on where the wires go, all the rest of it. Figured it out, it's actually pretty straightforward, so I'm just going to give you a little rundown of what I've done to wire up the gas valve, how I fitted the actual conversion kit and all the rest of it. If it's something you enjoy, there's going to be quite a few more little bits and pieces like this as we're working through the workshop equipment and all that sort of stuff. So I'll flip you around and we'll get straight into it. As you can see, this is a Sealey SUPERMIG 150.V2. The actual torch connector goes straight through the original hole that the standard lamps come through. There's just a little plastic collar that you have to pop out. Once you trim the actual connector down as well, fits back inside here. You got the gas pipe coming up. Now these are just M6 bolts, I believe. They just fit straight through, bolt up nice and tight, and it was all well and good. For the gas, I decided to drill a hole there just to put the wire inside so I could mount the gas solenoid in a place that wasn't going to be in the way. Routed all that as it needs to be. And now the bit that I couldn't find any information on. Gas solenoid, 3-wire. Back one's the earth. This one, if you can just about see there, you've got the purple wire. Now trace that down and I actually connected it to the neutral that comes in. As for the earth, I took it straight down and again connected onto the chassis earth that's already there. And for the 240 volt switchable, a lot of people say to go onto the back of the power switches, which just affect the actual power of the machine. I've found that it's risky, because as you switch them, some of them change to a higher voltage, but up here, this is the back of the wire control feed, wire feed control even. The wire feed control is just here on the front, and the board that's on the back, this particular one here, has a 240 volt trigger switchable live. All I've done, cut the connector off, crimped another connector on, put a little bit of heat shrink over the top, and then routed the wires neatly. They're all up, they're all out the way of anything that's going to cause issue. The one thing I will point out though is because the original lance didn't have any form of connector on it, I had to crimp a terminal on, just a normal ring terminal, to go around the fitting on the EuroMig. Again, not a major thing, but it's just something else to note, because if you've not got the ring terminal at hand, you're stuck without a welder for a bit. While I had it apart, because there's some rust spots and a few dents, I also chucked a coat of paint over it and put a little bit of a lightning bolt on there, make it look a bit more interesting. But yeah, if anyone wants any more information on how this conversion's done, I mean, as I say, it's extremely straightforward. But if you want dimensions in terms of cutting the thread down, the actual wire guide, all that sort of thing, just drop a comment. I'm more than happy to answer anything that needs answering. In terms of the contact switch points, here and here are where the original one's connected anyway. All you had to do was pull the spade terminal off, crimp the terminal onto the wire that comes on the Euro connector, and pop them straight on, and it all works perfectly fine. The gas solenoid, now that I cleaned a little piece of metal out of it, is now working. Wire feed still adjusts as it should, so using that switchable live hasn't caused any derogatory effects. But other than that, it was just blowing all the crap out, because this weld is probably 15 years old and I don't think it's ever been cleaned. But that's the EuroMig conversion on a Sealey SUPERMIG 150 V2. Cheers for watching, see you later, cheers, bye.